Sup? Sup, shooters. My name is Logan, aka SP Place. It's been a while. It's been a while since I returned to this channel. Since I returned to make a video. What are we going to talk about today? I think we both know what we're going to talk about today. Because since I took my break, this channel has done nothing but chill. Except for one specific video where I made one about overclocking a 2080. And this is going to be the sequel to that, titled How I Wish I Could Overclock a 3080. The experience of a computer techie dude in New Zealand waiting and watching as the world burns around him. We're going to switch over to here to Firefox. Going to put it full screen. We're going to search for 3080. The first suggestion is NVIDIA 3080 supply. NVIDIA RTX 3080 shortage could continue until Q3. In fact, you know what? We're going to put on some music for this. What is some good music to make this video to? Because we need to make some music to this. Yeah, let's do it. What's that? This one. We'll go with that one. We'll have this playing in the background. Cool. That should be a good one to listen to, shouldn't it? Hopefully it's not too loud on your end. You'll have it edited in, so you won't have a clue what the problem is. Let's turn it down actually in these headphones. That's good. That's a good loudness for it. This has been a fucking ridiculous year, hasn't it? I remember the previous year, 2020 and 2019 especially, I was buying graphics cards out the wazoo, man. I went from a 1060 to a 1080 to a 2080 in the space of a year, man. I'm using my 1080, and you may be wondering, well, why will you use your 1080? I thought you had the world's highest overclock 2080, and it's because I tried to water cool my 2080 and threaded a screw in the water block, and it wouldn't work. So my $1,300 graphics card NZD is now useless. And I was initially kind of pissed off about it, and that's a massive understatement, but what happened was, you know, it was such a fucking small tiny gap between what happened with the 2080 and the 1080, like 20% difference, that it wasn't worth fucking fixing it. So I didn't even bother fixing my 2080. It's just sitting there doing nothing, because I'd rather wait until 3080s come back into stock than to risk fucking redoing my entire setup just to, you know, I don't want to do that. My 1080 does what I need it to do. And I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I'd rather have a 1080 in my deck right now than a 2080, because the 2000 gen launch of the RTX GPUs was a fucking waste of time. It was just, they got too far ahead of themselves after the Pascal launch, and AMD had nothing to answer. And so, you know, I spent that money, and you know, I might even be able to make a cent of it back if I can make any money off of the 14,000 or so views on my fucking YouTube video about the 2080 overclock. But I can't, because I don't have 1,000 subs or 4 billion fucking watch hours on my channel, so I can't get any money for that video that I made that accidentally kind of went sort of a tiny little itsy bit viral. So here we go, you know? Anyways, back to here. Like, I would like to get a 3080. I also would like a 3090, but do you know what? Do you know what's so insane? Is that if I was to go to NZ Power Picker and try and buy a 3080 now in New Zealand, you just have the worst time with it. You just have the worst time, dude. Like, you got a video card, and you click 3080, and there's like, they're $3,000, dude. They're like between $2,500 and $3,000, and when they first came out, they were about $1,500 to $1,700. which was not a bad price. And because of tariffs that occurred, right? I'm assuming and then also the exclusivity of it, the rarity because of all the scalpers and shit like that. People were like, oh yeah, we'll just charge an extra $1,000 for a 3080 here in New Zealand. So if you want to buy a 3080 in New Zealand, you're spending you're spending $3,000 from Extreme PC. Oh, not found. So it doesn't even exist. So NZ Part Picker are listing parts that don't even exist. I could get a white one if I wanted to from First Wave. I don't know why you would do that. It looks horrendous. It looks like a fucking it looks like a Lego, dude. It looks, I couldn't put that in all good conscience into my rig. But I suppose if I wanted to spend $2,900 on a graphics card, I could do that. I could buy a Strix, I suppose. That actually would not be too bad. I would, honestly, at this point, if I had spare $3,000 and I wasn't looking to buy a house in a house market where the prices have gone up 50%, I would buy it. I would be very keen, because then, at least because of the gains of what happened between the 1,000 to the 3,000 is 100% improvement. But then it's also like, do I want to spend $3,000 NZ, which is the equivalent of like 60 hours of work for me, which I get paid reasonably well for my time, so that is good money. People who earn half as much, dude, they're not going to see that kind of graphics card. They can't justify that shit. It's too expensive. And it's all this bullshit. It's just garbage. And it's like, okay, why don't you go and try a 3070? And it's like, yeah, a 3070, right? I could do that. But dude, I want at least 10 gigs of VRAM, because I want 10 gigs of VRAM. I suppose if I go compare a 1080 versus a 3070, right? Not using user benchmark, because user benchmark's just garbage. Does it compare well? Oh, okay. 1080, average FPS. I don't understand this shit at all. Oh, right. So this has more frames, about 50% more frames on each of these titles, about 40 to 50% more at 4K. Each of these does, like, the 3070 is actually not a bad buy. But it's still like, it's still $1,700. Although, if you compare the 37 versus 3080, I've just gone and screwed everything now, haven't I? I've got this stuff up. That 3080 does another maybe 25% faster. Yeah, 25%. Yeah, about 25% faster. And what? These are like $1,500, $1,600, $1,700. And then if we compare it to the 3080s, I would say objectively the 3070 at this point is better value for money than the 3080. So maybe I'm not as mad. And I know there's gonna be some people watching this saying, I can't get a graphics card at all. What the fuck are you complaining about? I feel that, it's valid. I'm not saying for a second that my life is difficult. I have a functional PC that works. It's water cooled. It's happy. Behaves itself. No complaints. It's just, I am sick of the bullshit, man. I wanted to get a 3080 before it was like $1,000 more and I didn't. And now it's just shit, man. And I think it's affected my enthusiasm for PC building overall, because like, it's incredibly difficult to do anything really building related at the moment. And I wish it wasn't, because, if I wouldn't be able to build a PC now. That's what's so fucking insane about it, is that if I had not bought my PC parts earlier, and if I hadn't spent the 10,000 or so I had on these computer parts earlier on in my time as a PC builder, Dude, I wouldn't be able to get it now. I wouldn't be able to justify it. I would have completely missed out. There are people that are getting ripped for the ability to do similar stuff to what I'm doing. They're paying like almost twice as much. So in a way, I'm thankful. I'm not as angry or upset anymore looking at what's happening with the 3070 stuff. And I know it's not much fun to look. Actually, no, you look at rage YouTubers. It's fun to watch people get upset. What the fuck am I talking about? You're watching this video. You know, I get it. I get it. People, you know, we look at the supply, right? You know, will the RTX 3080 ever be in stock? But for inflated prices hovering around $2,000. I'm just sick of the bullshit, man. I think people deserve better. People want to take 2 or 3 jobs in order to afford a fucking graphics card is ridiculous. But I think that things will improve later this year. And I really hope that people don't get too down on it beyond this level of just near apathy, right? Don't buy scalper shit. It's so disappointing. And I haven't spoken about AMD because I got my 3900X and it works like a charm and I'm so thankful. Fuck AMD. Fuck AMD for that shit recently with that Midnight Black card. Right? How they advertise it as a fucking special thing and just goes in minutes. Stop advertising shit. Just stop it. If you're not gonna prevent people or make it available to as many people as possible, stop fucking advertising it because you're advertising an illusion. AMD and Nvidia is I want people to be able to enjoy building computers. I want people to be able to play video games on stuff that isn't a fucking Chromebook or some shitty laptop that they're paying twice the amount for. I've made videos on why I think laptop gaming is bullshit. I've made laptops on why fucking phone advertising is bullshit. I've made videos on why fucking desktop PC builds are less bullshit. I've made videos on why fucking MacBooks are bullshit. I've made so many videos complaining about shit. And I have a fundamental belief that I'm correct in all that. And I get downvoted in some of these videos and I don't get a lot of coverage because I'm a tiny, tiny little YouTuber. But you know what? I fucking... There are people that have massive platforms that say that make a lot of noise and say nothing. Either because they're getting sponsorship money or... I really look forward to when people can buy graphics cards again. That's all I wanted to say about it. I wanted to make a video about it and discuss my impression of all of this for this channel to matter, because this channel matters a lot to me and I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with this channel. I like creating video content and you know, I don't think it's good enough, the stuff I make. I don't think it's good enough to justify people like loving it to pieces, but I know that I want to improve as a video creator and to try and make good stuff. So I'm going to think on that. But thank you for watching. I can't guarantee when the next video will be. I don't even know if it'll be good. It might be a complete shit show. It might be like that episode I made about Love Island, which got a lot of views but nobody really seemed to like too much. But if you're watching this and you're having a real rough time because of the GPU shortage and all that, you're loved. You're probably a good person. Try not to be a bitch. Okay? Just try and be nice to people. Listen to them. Listen to people. And they might listen to you. This music's making me feel very kinda... It's affecting me emotionally and I really dig it. This is a fun thing I'm going to be doing with these videos using this music. I'll leave a link to this in every video. I'll catch you shredders later. This is SP Plays of SP Talks. I don't know what this video is, but I'll catch you later on. SP Plays signing out. Stay cool, shredders.